Hey, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Chimicum Elementary School 5th and 6th grade choir members. Miss G here to help you try and make sense of your choir theory packet. So today I will take you through the first 4 pages of the packet. A few of you have already turned that in. Way to go if you've done that. If you haven't, it's not too late. I'll take your finished work whenever possible. So just keep on working, guys, and know that I'm thinking about you. I miss you. I want to hear you sing. And I wish this wasn't happening right now in our world, but we're here. I'm here to help you whenever possible, and I hope you're safe and healthy, okay? That being said, let's get started. I want to start first by showing you the packet so that you know what in the world I'm talking about. This is what your packet looks like. On the front it says Choir Worksheets, CES. Your name should be where it says student name. And today we're going to work on this first page called the staff. Then we will work on the staff note and pitches, lesson 1. And then treble clef and staff, lesson 2. Bass clef and staff, lesson 3. And then lesson 4, the grand staff. The final part of the lesson will be ledger lines, and that will be coming in at a later date. Okay, so today we'll just do 1 through 4 and then the cover page. All right, guys, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and show you my packet so you know where we are. And yay, well, I was excited when I looked at this a minute ago to see that when I hold this up, you are able to see it pretty well. All right? So the first thing that we're going to do is a quick review of lines and spaces. And I know this is review, guys, but it's always good to go back and kind of start at the beginning and then go from there. When you were in, gosh, I want to say 2nd grade or maybe 1st grade, I taught you the hand staff, facing your palm toward your face. Don't touch your face right now. Palms toward your face. We're thinking of our lines, which are the same number as our fingers. So our lines are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just like the staff that you have on the picture on the first page. In between the lines, we have spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like the spaces between your fingers, okay? The way that we learned our notes was by poem, and the poem I used with you was elephants going backwards doing flips. Or you can also use several others. You could use every good boy does fine. That's probably the most common one. Every good boy deserves fudge is another one. And here's a really fun one for us parents out there. Elvis's guitar broke down Friday. You can see my mouth has not worked for a while teaching, so I'm here for you. In between the lines, the word face never changes. It spells the same every time. The word face is spelled F-A-C-E, and what I always said was face helps you remember space. So it rhymes, face, space, okay? And hopefully that's going to help you. All right, let's go back to our screen share, and let's go back to that opening page called the staff. And there are the 5 lines numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 4 spaces. And notice the numbers are in between the lines, and that's the way that you write your notes as well on your staff. Number 1 says to practice drawing 2 staffs by connecting the dots. Use a ruler to help draw straight lines, or you could use the back of a book, like the binding of a book, if it's not a book that, because once you start drawing, sometimes you can leave a mark. So make sure if you're using a book, it's not one that is, like a first edition, your parents' favorite book in the entire world. You wouldn't want pencil marks on that. And you want to connect those dots straight across, all 5 of them. Down below that, they don't give you the dashes, they just want you to draw the lines. Easy peasy, right? In number 2, it says on the first staff, number the lines from low to high. So looking back up at the top, where you saw 5 lines, numbered 1 through 5, and 4 spaces, numbered 1 through 4, you want to just number your lines from 1 to 5 in the top one that you just drew. And on the second one that you draw, you want to number the spaces 1 to 4. Okay? And I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. On number 3, it says, or excuse me, number 4, it says draw the note on each line of the staff below. So they're giving you 2 staffs now at the bottom of the page, and they want you to draw in a note, not a number, that would be around each of the lines for number 4. And on number 5, you want a note in each of the spaces. Okay? Remember, when you're drawing your notes, you don't want them to intersect another line or space. And I'm going to show you right now what that should look like, that whole page. So here we go. So looking back at Miss G's page, don't forget you want your name at the top. Today is 4/1, so I have my date there. I'm referring all the time to my numbers here at the top. But right now, I'm looking at how I did drawing my lines, and I can tell I didn't use a ruler. I did this back with you, oh gosh, I think during class, and I didn't have a ruler, and you can tell it's not real straight, Miss G. All right? We're doing the best we can, but my numbers are in exactly the right places. Do you see? My numbers are intersecting the lines, just like they did up here. That's what you want them to do. And on the second one, where I just drew my lines straight across, I think I did a little better job trying to get them straight. I put my letters, excuse me, my numbers right in between each of the lines, and there are only 4 of those, remember, F, A, C, and E. Now going to the bottom of the page, they just wanted me to draw in my notes. The first one are my line notes. And did you notice I put an extra one there? And that's because I was trying to show the kids how to make that note. And I'm going to show you in just a minute. And then I want my space notes in. When I drew this note, I had a little trick, a little way to do it. I'm going to show you what that is. See if I can do it in the air. And then right next to each one of those, I'm actually doing it the wrong way so that you can see how not to draw the notes, okay? So for my little extra line note, one way to get them so they're nice and equally round, but it's more like an oval, isn't it? It's not perfectly round. I do little things that I call half moons. So I do a little half moon above the line, half moon above the line, see my half moon? And then a half moon below the line. And that's how I get those looking so nice and even, okay? And when I do it in the space, like I do over here, I don't want it to go above the line, so I just do a half moon just to the line. This is really hard to do in the air, so pardon my dropping things here. And then a half moon to the line with, again, without letting it go over, okay? Do you notice my little X notes that I went, no, I would never make it so that it went around 2 lines. I can't tell if that's a line note or a space note, and I can't tell which line or space note it is. So that would be incorrect. This one, well, it's mostly space, but it still has line around the outside. It also is incorrect. So that's what you want your first page to look like. And hopefully you're getting that done. I'm going to go on to the next page. And so if you haven't finished this, because I'm going pretty fast, do not worry. Go ahead and actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn the camera off in between. That'll give us some time. So why don't I turn the camera off, and we'll go ahead and mark this one as page 1, and then I'll come back with page 2. Okay. See you in a bit.